Howdy, y'all. Thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of a Kickstarter we just got in, Verdant. This is basically another game from Flat Out Games, which, if you know, you played Calico or Cascadia, then this is another one of their games, which have all been pretty good. So we're going to check it out, see if this one's kind of like it. In this one, it's a spatial puzzle game, basically, for the whole family, is what it says right there at the top. It is a game for 1 to 5 players, 30 to 45 minutes to play for ages 10 plus. Well, let's take a look at it. I mean, I'm usually pretty happy with the AEG stuff, and then Cascadia is one of those games that's just kind of fun to play, so we'll see if Verdant can hold up to it. As you can see here, looks like pretty same rule book here. I know I'm zoomed way in, but we just got components here, and you can see how it reads with the setup. Then we just get 1, 2, 3, 4 pages before we get to the end game scoring. And then we got solo mode and variants you can play. Some achievements you can try to pull off. And clarifications. And then it says Houseplant World Map. Alright. So we got some cardboard here, which I'm hoping some of this, since this is the Kickstarter version, is replaced. Kind of like they did with, well, no. Now that I think of it, with Cascadia, they didn't have the cardboard in there with the wooden chits, so probably not. But we'll show all this just in case. But now that I think of it, no, they did not. All I did was just have some promos. But there we go. Alright, so we got a ton of cards, which we'll take a closer look at. Which is going to be a meat of the game, I'm sure. We've got a score pad here. Shows you all the different stuff you'll be scoring on. Give you a closer look at that. So a lot of different ways to get some victory points. And typical size score pad. We got some little wooden, looks like leaf meeples. And then some larger ones, so probably those were 1s and 5s. Then we got some baggies. Along with, this one made me think there'd be something wooden, since I knew there's going to be stuff going inside of a bag. But guess not. Alright. We do have what it lets us know here is the Kickstarter pack, which lets us know there it's going to be 10 cards that'll be the potless plants, I think it says. Yeah, potless plants. And then 6 gold cards along with the rule card. We'll go through that after we look at the main game. So it does sound like it's going to be cardboard going into the bag, which is kind of disappointing, but yeah. Alright, we'll look at these cards first. It's one of the two big decks. And you can see here, it's just a bunch of different types of plants. Scarlet Star, Peace Lily, False Shamrock. Glad I'm only showing some of these, because there's no way I'd be able to just sift through these quickly, because you can tell, like, when cards are packaged, I got to crack them a little bit and get them a little separated out to where they'll pry out a little bit. But we're going to sleeve it up probably anyway, since it's going to be a demo copy at the shop. Alright. And then we got the next biggest deck. It looks about the same size. Which this looks like spots where you're going to be putting the plants. Because from what I understand, you're going to have potted plants around the house. And it said spatial. So this is probably one of those things where it's going to tell you put certain plants in certain spots, and you get extra victory points for doing such. So then we noticed, or I noticed that there are 10 cards here they're double-sided. I'm assuming these are the player aids, and the reason they're double-sided is so that you can have both sides to look at without having to flip them. Just let you know the actions and the scoring. And then I noticed 5 of these, which are just looks like a way for you to store green thumbs or items. Then I noticed there's 3 different decks that say goals. This said item goals like pot pairs, thumbs up, pick potter, color pairs, spice of life, furniture aficionado, clear the way, just to show some of them. Then I saw plant goals, apartment living, going big, picking favorites, perfect conditions, competitive collections, and against all odds. And then we have room goals. Triple treatment, color minimalist, coordinated corridors, chaotic coordinator, and 4 corners. So that's just a look at everything in the base game. This is the Kickstarter stuff, which if you have the Kickstarter edition, it will come with it inside the box. And I will show all of these. That way you can see if it's something you want to go out of your way to go get or not. All right, like I said, it said it'd have a rules thing here. It says this is a potless plant mini expansion. So I'll give you a closer look at this because it lets you know here that the cards here are potless and they will act different. And there's the differences, basically. I'll leave that on camera a little bit where you can pause and possibly read that. If I can stop shaking it a little bit. And then all the rules there. Then it's got 2 room goals. Match 3 and balancing act. It's got 2 item goals. Nobody to impress and 3 of a kind. It's got 2 plant goals. Loved lines and narrow necessities. And then we have 10 of the potless plants like it said. So we got, as you can see here, mistletoe cactus, air plant, an orchid, Cattleya orchid, I think, Marimo, chia sculpture, Spanish moss, kangaroo pocket, staghorn fern, and fern cocodema. But cool. All right. I'll probably just mix that in, just learn the new rules with it. But other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day.